Hey, welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Unusual. My name is Stephanie and my lifestyle is strange and unusual. Today I am actually struggling a little bit. The condo that the handsome devil and I rented has been sold, so we are having to move very unexpectedly and rather quickly. So I thought it would be interesting to share tips I have on moving and kind of what that process was going to look like. And the first thing that I decided to share was I was cleaning out my vanity and packing that up, and I thought it might be interesting to share how I make my makeup products look so beautiful and the process I do for that. So stay tuned. Hopefully there'll be lots of videos showing you guys the process, and hopefully we can find a wonderful place to live and I get to share that with you. So I went thrifting at a Goodwill about a year ago and I found this absolutely gorgeous antique Avon container. I believe it is a rich moisturizing cream. And I instantly thought about my grandmother and how she had this beautiful display on her vanity and all these Avon containers, and how it looked very much like what a Victorian princess would have used to get ready in the morning and feel beautiful. And I really wanted to do that for myself. I thought how fun that would be, and this is really what sort of sparked it all. So I bought this, and then the next day I went to a Salvation Army and I found a container that was very similar size and shape. And it was also an Avon container, and I bought that one. This one was $2.99 and the bigger one was $3.99. And I brought them both home and I sanitized them. And then I got my Neutrogena. I had a Neutrogena shimmer powder that I didn't like the container that came in at all. I didn't feel it gave me really good access to the product in it, the way that container was made. But I loved the product, and I love Neutrogena products. I have problems with allergies and eczema, and Neutrogena tends to work really well with my skin. So I just broke that container, cracked it open, and emptied everything into here. And then I won a small contest at work. I got a small Amazon gift card, and I bought these beautiful makeup brushes that look like roses, and I put them right on my vanity in a real pretty vase, so it looked like I was plucking a rose and dipping it into my shimmer, and I was able to get ready and feel like a fairy princess and very glamorous every morning, and I loved doing that. And I really wanted to span that over my entire makeup collection. And then, no joke, Christine McConnell did the exact same thing and released a significantly better video than what I'm about to show you. And it was really funny to me because it reminded me of Batman Forever, not the best Batman, but the movie Batman Forever, where the Riddler comes up to Two-Face after Two-Face destroys his party, and they're arguing, and then Batman makes an entrance, and the Riddler goes, "Your entrance was good, but his was better. The difference? Showmanship." Which is kind of my life with Christine McConnell. My effort is good and hers is better. She actually found these beautiful vintage makeup containers, and she found these beautiful vintage lipstick containers, and I wasn't able to find any for myself, but I did like her idea of using these antique Dior perfume bottles, and she put her foundation in it and her BB cream and her concealer and her contour. So I went to my antique collection that I have of my grandmother's Avon perfume bottles, and I actually kind of struggled with this a little bit because they were grandma's and I didn't really want to change them all that much, but at the same time I am a very firm believer and there's no point in having it if you're not going to use it. So I actually called my dad, because it's his mother, and asked him how he felt about it. You know, I'm like, I hate to alter these in any way or empty the old perfumes out of them because they smell like grandma. And he said, "Stephanie, they don't smell like grandma. Grandma smelled like grandma. They just smell like perfume." And she would love for you to repurpose those and reuse them. She repurposed things all the time. So I cleaned those perfume bottles out, and her Avon perfume bottles, I put my foundation in them. One has my BB cream, one has my concealer, and one has my contour, and I use those beautiful bottles to get ready every morning. Now, unfortunately, they're packed because, like I said, the handsome devil and I are moving, but when we unpack into our new place, I might show you guys my vanity and do a really neat vanity tour. But the thing that I wanted to show you guys today was that, like I said before, I could not find, or have not yet found, I should say, a way to put lipstick into, well, actually, Christine McConnell shows you how to put a modern lipstick into a vintage lipstick container, but I have not found any lipstick vintage containers. So what I decided to do instead was to do sort of a temporary alter to the containers that I already had when I couldn't find an antique replacement, and I figure as I find them, I can upgrade them, but until then, I can do these sort of temporary fixes just so everything looks really glamorous. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. So I found this dark mark on the internet, and I thought this would be really cool with a charm that I have to go on the mascara that we are going to be jazzing up today. Plus, I also really liked the idea of putting a dark mark on a mascara. Something about that was somewhat poetic because my mascara is black. So it would make a dark mark on my face. I know I'm not that clever. Go back in, get a couple of those corners. So I'm going to attach that right there, I think. And then on the top, I have this really cool, let's see if I can position it so you guys can see it, this cool skull charm. This actually came on the price tag of an outfit I bought, I think from Hot Topic, but I don't really remember. But I save stuff like this to repurpose because waste not, want not. So then I'm going to put this there, I think. And I think that'll look really neat. Now, a neat little trick for this, because when you place it here, you can still kind of see the white. So what I'm going to do is take a permanent marker. If I can find where I put, there it is. I'm going to take a permanent marker and just go along the edges here, and that will make it look just a little bit more professional. Kind of take it to the next level. Now I could get like a patch for this and buy that online, but because I go through mascaras somewhat quickly, paper will do just fine. So I'm gonna go all the way around it, and I'm gonna grab the Mod Podge and show you guys how I glue it on there. Okay, I have got my Mod Podge here. This is way too big of a brush for what we're doing, but that's okay. I'll just be real careful with it. So I'm gonna find the spot where I want to put it. You want to go right there. So I'm going to apply it right here. And I'm going to try to be as neat as possible with this. This stuff is actually pretty easy to kind of shape the way you want it. And it comes off your hands pretty easily as well. So I'll put that right there. Flatten it down. Now, I don't want to press too terribly hard. I want to get it on there, but you don't want to squeeze the glue out from underneath. And I'm going to show you that. I'm actually going to hot glue the gem to the top, and the reason I'm going to hot glue the gem is because if you apply a blow dryer to the hot glue, it'll heat up and I'll be able to take the gem off and I can just reapply it to the top of another mascara. But this can just stay on here. So I'm going to seal the top real quick. And that's a somewhat waterproof seal. Not entirely. I mean, if you dunked this underwater, it would eventually dissolve, but if you accidentally splash it, if you're in the bathroom or something, it's a nice little seal so it won't ruin it. So it's still fit for purpose and everyday use. You can throw this in your purse and this won't come off. Now it won't last forever, even the spray paint that I've put on here. Now I could seal that with a clear spray paint, but again, I go through mascara every 6 months or so. So I don't need it to last forever. I just sort of need it to be fit for purpose while I'm using it. Just kind of clean up the edges there. Now this Mod Podge will dry clear, but there will be sort of a seal there that you can kind of see, so I like the edges to be just sort of somewhat neat, and then it looks like it was sealed at a factory. So that'll dry real nice. And then we'll go ahead. I think my hot glue is warm enough to get the jewel on. I keep saying jewel, it's a little silver skull. Let's see here. Yeah, just a little bit, and a neat trick for hot glue, so you don't get the dreaded hot glue string, is to twist it. Oop, that didn't work at all. I don't think that's quite hot enough. Yeah, that's not hot enough. That's coming right off. That's the nice thing about hot glue as well, is that you get second chances with it. So you can see I've got kind of a messy tip there. Now please be careful with hot glue. It may not look like it on camera, but I'm actually staying fairly far away from the tip. You can burn yourself with it. You can burn yourself on the glue, and like the melted sugar we were using when we did peppermint cocoa bombs, it will stick to you. So it's not like you touch a hot plate and you can pull your hand away and get away from the heat. This will stay with you as you move your hand, and the burn can be very severe. So please be careful when you're using this. All right, take two. There we go. That's a much better dollop. And you just twist it. And no string. And then I'm going to place this little skull on here. I'm going to do it sort of quickly so the glue doesn't get dry and then I can't use it. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So then you want to press down firmly, but not so hard that all the glue shoots out the sides, because then it's not holding this on there. And it dries fairly quickly. That's kind of cool looking, right? And then that'll dry clear and you won't see it. Right now it looks like a mess and you just see the white, but that will dry clear and you'll just see the dark mark and the skull on top. And that'll be fun for me to use to do mascara in the morning. Now the brand I'm using here is Neutrogena waterproof. That's the kind that works best for me, but you get to use whatever mascara works best for you. That's kind of the fun thing about being able to do a project like this, is you get to use the product that you like and then make it look how you like. You can also go on the internet and find really cool vintage mascara labels. I have found some cool Victorian labels of images of keys and cameos. I have a real pretty bottle of concealer and I have a cameo right here and another one on the top. I don't have a jewel for that one, but when I found this, when I was packing up some of my art supplies, I just thought to myself, I want to put that on top of a mascara lid, and then I thought the dark mark on there was kind of fun. So I will show you guys once that is dried what that looks like, and we'll check back in once it's dry. Here's the final result now that the Mod Podge has dried. Just wants to focus on my hand. There we go. But it looks really nice. And it'll be fun using it to get ready in the morning for work. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.